Hello, this is my first video essay. Due to my tech limitations, I cannot do as much things as I wanted to, but it doesn't mean that I'll get there one day. So let's begin. Silent Hill is an iconic horror game that came out on February 23, 1999. It was the first out of many games and would start the legacy of Silent Hill. First and foremost, the team behind the infamous Silent Hill, was created by a small team in Konami called Team Silent. At first, the development was rough. Konami wasn't happy how the first few iterations of games was turning out. But then Team Silent disagreed with them and went with it, then turning the game into a direction of horror, thus creating the famous Silent Hill. Then out 1998, Silent Hill was teased in E3, and the audience would be pleased to see it. On February 23, 1999, a year later after its announcement and reveal, Konami and Team Silent would release Silent Hill on the PlayStation in North America, then on Japan and Europe a few months later. Then a long 17 years later, Japan would release Silent Hill as an exclusive Japanese Silent Hill collection and would then be released on the PS3 and PSP. Later that But it will be removed not that long ago after its initial release. The reason for it is unknown. Konami never told the reason why. Now gameplay. Silent Hill adopted the Resident Evil iconic movement, also known as tank controls, which is difficult to learn now in the modern era. But the difference between Resident Evil and Silent Hill is that Silent Hill you can move and shoot, but Resident Evil you can't. Silent Hill is also a HUD-less horror game, so you could be fully immersed into the experience of Silent Hill. Ammo is scarce. There are moments where you're better off running than fighting in the game. In the game you have a radio, and that radio helps you when you're close to an enemy. And Silent Hill took place in 1976, but I read where it took place in the early 70s or even the 80s, but I'm going with 1976. The people who worked on Silent Hill are Kenichiro Toyama, which was the director, Gozo Akutao, which is the producer, Akihiro Amuraku, who is the lead programmer for Silent Hill 1, Kenichiro Toyama, who wrote Silent Hill 1, Akira Yamamoka, who is the composer for Silent Hill 1, Masahiro Ito, who is the art director for Silent Hill 1. Side note, there is a Silent Hill novel written by Samadamu Yamashita and illustrated by Masahiro Ito. But I'll do a comparison of the book and the game another day. But for now, I'm gonna focus on the game. I would like to speak a little bit on my experience with Silent Hill 1, since Silent Hill 1 is actually the only Silent Hill game I have not played, and Silent Hill 4. But yeah, I'll talk a bit about it first. I would really just like to mention it before I get into the plot and whatnot. I just want to mention that. But I am planning on buying a PlayStation 2 and Silent Hill. So maybe one day I could go back to this, while I'm improved, with my video essay making skills. This is day one, and it's been a hassle, bro. But this is something I'm very passionate about, so Alright, on with the plot of Silent Hill 1. I'd like to do a brief rundown of the Silent Hill plot. So, you play as Harry Mason, convinced by his 7-year-old daughter, Cheryl, that look, you took a nice trip in Silent Hill, but you're running late in Silent Hill, and then out of nowhere, a girl pops in front, and then making a car spin around and crashing, and Harry wakes up sometime later to see his daughter is missing. He goes out and looks for her. Along the way, Harry meets a lot of people, horrible looking monsters, and then kills a demon god. It turns out Cheryl isn't Harry's daughter. She was found on the side of the road 7 years ago after the original went wrong, and Alyssa was split in two. Alyssa is one of the characters. One of her half was reborn into Cheryl, and the other half is haunting Silent Hill. After Harry not really helping out, the two half finally reunite, creating a not so fun boss depending on how you play. That was just a quick brief rundown of the plot. There is more to it, but I would like to talk about the characters, because the characters, just by telling their story in the game, more of the plot is revealed from it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So this is, I'll try to post at least once a week. I'm not that very consistent. I'm not really a consistent guy, but I really was really enjoying making this. Of course it's not my sharpest skill, but I'm refining it, and that's all I really care about. So the next video I'm probably gonna be working on is Silent Hill 2. Probably might do the same thing I did here, just talk about a bit of like the people, studios who's behind it, which is the same studio, and just a little bit about fun stuff, and then the plot, and then like a few other things probably. Who knows? I still have to write the script for it, but yeah, October is my favorite season, or month. Not season, month. Favorite month. So I really do want to post a lot, because there's so much that I want to talk about. And then the more and more I do it, the better I get at it. So and then hopefully one day, not so far in the future, I'll get me a laptop at least, and start putting genuine recordings of the games I'm talking about. I can't talk about Silent Hill 1 and put gameplay on it, because the only way I could really do this is via PlayStation Share Factory, which is super fucking close gated. I don't know why it is like that, but that's pretty much how I have to deal with now. So until I get a PC, I try my best, try to do a lot of stuff. Probably focus more into my scripts now, knowing that I can't do too much in the editing, especially if it's a game that I can't import videos. I probably could get a USB stick and put connect on my phone and download or screen record Silent Hill gameplay, or the Silent Hill 2 gameplay, because I do have two on the PS3. I have the PlayStation one, so yeah, I guess food for thought. I don't know when Silent Hill the second one's coming out. Hopefully soon. And yeah, until next time. Thanks for listening.